What? No speaking of English?
Fuck you.
Dummy, yeah.
Fight back! Fight back! Fight back!
And then you don't know how to read energy. You are a fucking bot. You don't know how to read energy?
And if it wasn't for Jane being such an idiot for pressing Arvo, even though you choose not to rob him, none of this would even happen. When we first meet Arvo in episode 4 of season 2, it's clear that he's in a tough situation right off the bat. You know, he's a young man, scared and alone, carrying a bag of medicine he claimed that he claims that was for his sister. Right away, he's on the defensive. And you know, we are forced to like make a difficult choice. Either trust him, let him go, or rob him of the very supplies that, you know, he already carried, you know, for his family survival. No matter what you choose, Arvo ends up in a precarious situation caught between Clementine's group and his own. But was his fear justified, or was he playing the villain to manipulate us? To be honest, his fear was justified because they were just two plain old females that just pop up out of nowhere. And then you think that this man about to sit there and lower the gun? Boy, you got me fucked up. I would do the same thing Arvo did. Later, Arvo returns with a group of Russian bandits, leading to one of the most intense shootouts in the series. Here's where the controversy starts though. Did Arvo plan the, you know, ambush all along? Or was he just following orders? I mean, because first of all, the man literally snitched, and hell, I would've blamed him for snitching if a nigga would've robbed me of some oh my god. Y'all gonna think I'm trying to take his side, but for real though, like imagine if two females came out of nowhere, depending on your choice, they just plan to rob you for some medicine that you know, got for your sister. Nigga, damn right I'm gonna snitch. Yeah, matter of fact, let's go and bring the whole fam. Yeah, let's get all their asses. Like, everybody hate on Arvo, but for what? Like, bro was literally the victim all along. Like, his stuttering, nervousness nature suggests someone out of their depth, likely, you know, forced by his group to lead the charge, perhaps under fucking clueless shit or Curtis. Nigga, I don't know. And don't you dare bring baby AJ into this, because Arvo didn't even know they had a baby at the time. After the ambush, Arvo's situation deteriorates even further. Once captured by Clementine's group, he becomes the focus of Kenny's anger and frustration. This man, Arvo was literally Kenny's punching bag. Like, he was literally Kenny, oh my god. Yeah, Arvo. Kenny was basically Arvo's punching bag for whenever he get mad. Whenever Kenny get mad, he like, you know what? Let me beat this nigga ass just to get out my frustration. That nigga Kenny, bro. I should be laughing because Kenny's abuse of Arvo isn't subtle. It's brutal and unrelenting. You know, it's easy to see why Arvo begins to, you know, resent the group, especially Kenny. Like, day after, well, not day after day, but like, you know, like throughout the episodes, basically, throughout episode 4 and 5 a little bit. Day after day, this man is getting beaten, insulted, disrespected, violated, and even treated as a prisoner, man. They even locked that nigga up one time. Well, not literally, but like, you know, put the handcuffs in a place where that man literally was in the cold by himself while everybody else was warming up. They were doing that, bro, dirty like a motherfucker. God damn. The game does a brilliant job of showing the psychological toll this takes on Arvo. His fear gradually transformed into hatred. His attempts to escape are met with failure, and we start to see him as a corner animal. Like for real, like a literal animal. Scared, angry, and desperate. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, we did a Clem, we shot her. That was so uncalled for, but bro ready to go. Bro was ready to go. He was like, you know what, Clem? Get out my face. My Bonnie, let's go. In the final episode, Arvo makes a fateful decision. After a tense trek through the frozen landscape, he takes the ultimate step. This man shot Clementine. For many people, you know, this solidified him as the ultimate villain and an for many people, it solidified him as a villain. And I don't get why. Like, bro, he's your number one op for no reason, bro. Like, wait a goddamn minute now. We ain't finna do this to her now. For many people, like people hated him. Like, people wanted to get back on him specifically for no reason. As a matter of fact, let me just show y'all. Let me take a closer look at why he might have done this. At this point, Arvo lost everything. His sister, his group, his freedom, and he was subjected to constant abuse, both mentally and physically. He had every right. Like, I don't care what people say, like, he had every reason to believe that Kenny or anyone from Clementine's group would eventually kill him. From his perspective, shooting Clementine might have seemed like his last desperate attempt to escape, finally. And I ain't gonna lie, Mike was low-key, you know, right, we was saying that, you know, we gotta get away from Kenny, you know? Like, Kenny, it was a crash out. Like, it's hard being, you know, a Kenny fan sometimes, because, especially in season 2. But we're not talking about Kenny. Anyway, a tragic mistake made out of fear and confusion. You know, for Arvo, like, okay, I get why people get mad, but can you blame, bro? So where does this leave us? Is Arvo truly an op that people fantasize about, or was he just a victim of the world collapsing around him? You know, he made terrible decisions, there's no doubt about that. But when we reconsider, you know, everything he went through, it's clear that he's not purely evil. Instead, he's just a tragic figure like everybody else. A young scared man who, in the face of overwhelming fear and pressure, made choices that led to disastrous consequences and repercussions, especially towards the fan base. Like, you even got people making mods of Clementine literally killing Arvo in reverse. Like, people really want this man gone that bad. But anyway, in the end, Arvo represents one of the core themes of The Walking Dead, Telltale. Survival changes people. Under the right circumstances, even the most well-intentioned individuals can do terrible things. So is Arvo a villain? Maybe, if you ask some people. But was he also a victim though? Most definitely.